Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, Toby and family sent me this great Camillus New York, USA survival knife, or pilot survival knife. It has a sharpened swedge. This thing barely looks like it's been used. It's been carried a lot from this sheath. I can tell it's been carried a lot. Hasn't been used a whole lot. Alright, when I first got it, this handguard was loose and wiggling. So what I did was I took my little cub knife and I started wedging in between the layers and putting mineral oil on it, trying to get the leather to swell. And I just kept moving the stacks up and up and up until I finally got here. And what I did here is I put a piece of wire in there as a spacer. Now, I can later on cut, this is like a leather shoelace, I can later on cut probably about half of this and stick it in there and wedge it. Now yeah, I could try to remove the cap and everything and recompress it, but this worked. This thing doesn't rattle at all. It's tight as hell right now. No rattling. And that's in there, so it's not sticking out. Yeah, it has that little shiny look to it, but that's okay. I don't mind that. It can be removed. It's not a permanent, it can be a permanent fix, but it can be removed. The only thing it does, your hand holds it right here, so you don't feel it, you don't notice it. It feels really great in hand. Like I said, this knife, it's just got a little bit of a tip damage there, but that's pretty easy to fix up. And this just needs to be sharpened. It's semi-sharp, compared to what you get from the Ontario. But they're basically, they should be. They're basically the same knife. It looks like for their leather handle right here, they put some kind of spacer, like a rubber spacer or something on it. But this one's solid. This guy looks like they ground this side down a little bit, to give your fingers a better purchase. But yes, thank you, Toby and family. This is a cool knife. Now they don't, it seems like Ontario puts the date on theirs. This Camillus has no date on the sheath or the knife that I can find. There's nothing up there. Sometimes I like to hide them on the cross guard. I can't see anything on the cross guard, so who knows? Maybe they changed their font and stuff throughout the year, but I don't know. Anyway, this has been a well-carried knife. It didn't have anything in the little pocket here. This sheath actually looks a little bit bigger. Maybe they're the same. But yeah, another great addition. Oh, sorry. Earthquake. Yeah, I was looking more for you can try to soak these handles in, I didn't have any neat's foot oil. I had mineral oil, but you could stick the handle in neat's foot oil and hope that it swells out. I might try that later. Or, like I said, I might just try the old, take a piece of leather here. Yeah, this is kind of green looking, but still. Take a piece of leather, trim it up, and run it around there, you know, stick it in. You could do it sideways too, but even then it's still too thick to fit in there. I'll mess with it. I'll cut this either lengthwise or sideways, either like this or like this, to cut down the diameter, and then I can just, I think this side looks better. It's not as green looking. And I'll wedge it in there and then glue it down or something. But there you go. Other than that, they're basically the same style of knife. You know, they're made the same way. The teeth up on top. I think this is better. Would be better defined as like a rasp. You know, it's kind of like a rasp more than a saw. But yeah, these teeth don't. I guess they're made to the same specs. They should be. I like this sharpened false edge up here. I like that sharpened swedge. Yeah. So there you go. Just a little quickie on how I repaired this. And yeah, it's kind of a temporary repair, but it worked. It fixed it. It's not. It really was loose. It was wiggling back and forth, but you had this much space in there. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. So I couldn't leave it with just that wire there. What I did was cut a piece of leather, lay it on its side, trim it, get it to fit in there, and then glued it down. So now it's fixed. And it's not obvious, you know. Guard's nice and tight, doesn't rattle. Sharpen the false edge up here, and it's sharp. And I haven't worked on the edge down here yet. And this is mineral oil that I put in here just to darken it up and everything. So there you go. That's one way of fixing a loose handguard. Like I said, it was loose up here, and I just got a small knife and wedged in between the things here. Used the cub and levered it up. At one time I was using a toothpick, but the cub's got a little more of a widen out type of blade. It'll start small, but it wedges, and that's what I wanted to do. And I just pushed them up. Basically, I just went all the way around and pushed them up until I got down to the bottom stack down here. Not the complete bottom, just the second to the last one. And that's where I put the wire in there. And that tightened up the whole handle. And then I put the leather around there to disguise the repair, basically. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.